Like, if you're a point guard, you got to really take note of this. Because what SGA is about to do with his eyes to then be able to also score and then even be able to pass and make plays is what really makes him efficient and helps his teammates out a ton. So pay attention to SGA's head, right, as he comes down. He comes here, screened by Chet. Boom. First, when he comes off the screen, gets a switch. He's looking at Chet, seeing if he has anything there. Russ, solid defender. We got nothing. And so what he's going to end up doing now, right, after looking at Chet from that left side, he's now going to tween, and his eyes immediately shift over to the opposite side of the floor. And also you see Caruso begin to move, right? So SGA, as a ball handler, is looking at all this over here, right? He's able to look at all this from his peripheral, just looking in one direction. He's able to see all of this, all these defenders, right? So now seeing all his defenders, his eyes looking to the right side, notice the setup of his moves. There's movement happening, right? Boom, tween, 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 and he goes. Right? And so what I now want to go back and break down for y'all is understanding the perspective of Peyton Watson, his defender. Right? Because understand, when somebody is guarding you in front, this is why you don't put your attention solely on the person in front of you. Because it's going to make you easier to guard. Because all they could see is what's in front of them. They can't see what's behind them. They have to rely on the communication from the weak side so they know what's going on behind them. Right? They have to have faith and trust that their teammates are guarding and covering their back. So you got to understand here, Peyton Watson, as he makes the switch, right, he could only see what SGA does. And so with SGA looking from that left side, right, at this moment, to now going and turn looking to that right side, notice how he moves. Shifts position, or is that, I don't even know if that's Peyton Watson. That may be somebody else. I'm tweaking. My fault if that's not Peyton Watson. I'm tweaking. But now, notice how he shifted, right? He's guarding in front. SGA hits a tween to that right. He shifts over immediately, changes his angle, because now he thinks his attention is focused on that. And he wants to take away what SGA is doing as a ball handler. So now what happens? He's taking that away. He's shifting. He left, in reality, what is now an entire left side, because remember, strong side corner don't help, right? And all because SGA was looking this direction. He ended up going from here, shifting to there, which now opens up this for SGA, right? Which you're going to see exactly right here. Right there, left-hand layup, right at the rim. Bucket. Eyes create ISOs. Pay attention. This is Amen Thompson, one of the best defenders in the NBA. Perimeter defenders, young defenders, whatever, it doesn't matter. He's one of the best defenders right now in the NBA, right? And notice how SGA's eyes create an isolation. Watch. He ends up having Amen Thompson. And remember what I said. All he can see is what SGA is doing, right? All he can see is and now assume what SGA is doing. So SGA brings the ball up. His eyes are looking where? His head is looking where? To this side of the floor, right? He's looking over on this side. So him seeing SGA do this makes him say, oh, his focus of attack is getting something on that left side of the floor. So what should I do as a defender? Try to take it away. So guess what he does? He plays up high, and he's putting a lot of pressure on the ball, because even back here, SGA is still looking over to this side of the floor. And so he pulls him out super far. He's able to make him play pressure, and with his eyes looking to the right side, SGA is now able to go to that left side and actually now force him to break his base, attacking that top foot. It wasn't about the top foot being there. It was about how he manipulated his positioning as an on-ball defender to now get the other way, and his top foot just so happened to be there, right? Understand, right? He just ended up putting him in a bad position. He starts pressuring the ball because he thinks he's going to pass. The times when, understand, defenders love to pressure the ball when it's looking like you're about to pass. So when you're not looking at the rim and you're reading the floor and looking at teammates, they think that you're actually going to go and pass the ball. But if you just simply read the floor in those situations, you may end up opening yourself a gap for you to attack, like SGA does here, reading the weak side action, seeing if he has anything going on here with Dylan Brooks, this Van Vliet action with Wiggins, and I believe that's Wallace, I'm not sure, right? But looking over in that direction, looking in that vicinity, right? Just looking in that vicinity, now he ends up forcing Amen Thompson to be here. Now it's an isolation. He attacks him one-on-one, and now he's able to get into the paint and get a layup at the rim. That's on one of the best defenders in the league. Boom. Another time here. Another time here. Pay attention. Yo, what's good, Tor? I'm pretty sure you were in the streams before. What's good? What's good? What's good? Pay attention. In transition even. In transition even too, right? Understand. SJ's first look, the right corner, right? Push down, push down, push down, right? Klay Thompson looks to that left side. It's just a little glimpse. Just a glimpse. Just a glimpse is all it takes. Just a glimpse, right? Understand, literally, I just want you to watch Klay Thompson's head after SGA does what he does, right? Because you could already see how SGA's signaling right here, right? Push down, push down. Now watch Klay Thompson. Look. Watch Klay Thompson's head. I need you to pay just the glimpse throws him off, because at the second he turns there, all right, boom, he now knows, okay, he's pushing, meaning I may not have helped that direction, but he turns. The second he goes back, SJ's now in range, in and out, gap to the middle. Klay Thompson's on his heels, and he's able to go, right? Because his eyes were prioritized on what was off the ball before he began to get downhill and actually attack. So boom, that's another play right there. Just something so subtle. Right here with Dillon Brooks. Notice what's going to happen here with Dillon Brooks. Able to get straight to a spot and get a foul. Notice what he does when he first crosses half court. I need y'all to catch that. Where your eyes are show you where somebody's mind is. So if you're looking off the ball, if you're now navigating space off the ball, reading actions, and you also recognize the person who's guarding you, their eyes begin to look elsewhere. Their attention is shifted off you, and now they're double-minded. It's so much harder to guard one person when you're thinking about two things than it is to guard one person just thinking about one thing. Simple. It's harder to focus on two things. You can't focus on two things. It's impossible, right? So now let's keep going, right? Dillon Brooks turns his head right there. SJ looking to that right side. You have action going on this right side as well. So all these defenders right here are really not playing help because they're busy guarding somebody else in their movement. So SJ goes where? Attacks to that right side against Dillon Brooks as he then begins to make that attack. Boom. SJ's begging for the ball, right? He tells him, bring the ball. And J-Dub's like, what? What do you want to do? He tells him to go down, right? He tells him to go down. Why does SGA do that? Because he has Lauri Markkanen in front of him. Lauri Markkanen is about 7 foot. And he's guarding SJ, who's 6'6", right? And so, of course, SGA already knows I have the speed advantage. I have the speed advantage. And now knowing I have the speed advantage, what do you think SGA is going to do? Is he just going to come down and bulldoze his way through the lane? No, he's not. Rather, he's going to do exactly what I was telling y'all before. Still using his eyes to create an ISO and get his defender on their heels and make him slower to react. Because all they can see is what SGA is doing. So pay attention, right? Pay attention. Let me clear this out. Boom. Look at SGA's head, right? He begs for the ball. And as he's even coming down, his eyes are where? His chin is up, looking over here, right? But he already knows in his mind where he's going to go because he understands who's in front of him and how up close he is to him, right? How up close and how tight he is to his body, right? So in understanding that, he's going to come down, tell him to go. Eyes are still going to be looking down, but he's looking to the right side, reading the help, chin up, and then he does what? Understand the spacing. This player, Walker Kessler, rim protector, in an action. That's why he told him go do the action, not helping. Him, guard, weak side, in an action, not helping. Weak side corner, you see he's already attached because he sees all this going on. He's what? Not helping. Strong side corner, this defender right here, he's guarding Lou Dort, still attached, not helping. So what can he do against Lauri Markkanen, who's guarding him above the three-point line, who's 7 foot and SJ's 6'6", 200? He doesn't even really need to use a move. He just used his eyes and guess what? Drives left straight to the rim while the rim protector is out, not there. Because remember, Walker Kessler, he was in the action. He's busy. He's out the frame now. And so what is SGA able to do? Layup. He knew it the whole time. He knew it the whole time. But he made sure to use his eyes before he went and take advantage of what he had an advantage in. Catch that. He used his eyes before he went to go take advantage of what he had an advantage in. Just so he could keep his defender on their heels and not sell what he's actually about to do. Because when a defender could guard one thing, it's easier. But when you shift their attention to, okay, he's looking over there, I can relax a little bit. I want you to think as a defender. When you see somebody looking like this and not looking at the rim, you're going to relax. Think about when you hoop and somebody did it. You relax. That's the time you catch your breath. That's the time you could kind of sit there and be like, all right, I don't got to worry too much. Y'all know. Y'all hoop before. Y'all know. Right? Y'all know. And so y'all got to catch that. Knowing the habits of you have as a defender, you got to do the same thing as an offensive player. Take advantage of the same thing as an offensive player.